Okay, I'm going to be covering the installation of the open source packages on IBMi. There's been a few other videos like this, and the only reason that I'm jumping in here is because I've got a brand new Power 9 box. It's basically pristine. It doesn't have anything installed on it yet. In fact, I would love to do, and I may have a chance to do, an installation from scratch using the uh, USB for loading the initial license programs and all of the CUMEs. But anyway, we're going to focus today on how to get started with open source. And the best way to get started these days is to use the open source package management. It's all part of the IBMi ACS package. Now, it's great, that we've got some new tools way in the past. You had to install a license program. Now the installation is pretty much, if you're familiar at all with the Linux world, pretty much all of the installation steps would be familiar to somebody who's working and has worked with Linux in the past. Since we're going to be in the PAIS environment, that's where all these tools get loaded on IBMi. So I'm going to kind of walk through getting started here, and I am going to make hopefully a lot of mistakes, find a lot of things that need to be updated, primarily because the goal here is not to give you, oh, everything's perfect, here's the way to get it done. But we're going to go through what I would say is probably the common things that need to happen to get these tools installed. So the logical place to go, of course, is IBM's website. There is a plethora of resources on that site. Biggest challenge is a lot of dead links, trying to find those resources. But right now, this is good. This is a good link. So getting started says the very first thing you want to do is use the Access Client Solutions, the ACS product of IBMi, which is replace the old iAccess product and is a Java-based application that runs on the desktop. So we're going to get started there and kind of take it step by step. So I'm going to jump to the desktop here, and I have had IBMi's. I've got it right now. I've got an old Blade Center. Got an old Blade Center, and I've just bought this brand new Power 9 box, which is just totally awesome. I'm going to miss the Blade Center just because of its compact size and its versatility, but I'm moving everything off of that Blade Center, all of my Exchange work, all of the projects that are running there, both in IBMi and in Windows and in Linux that are running on that Blade Center. Eventually, I'm going to move them all to IBMi. This Power 9 box is absolutely amazing. So just to get started, starting up IBM, it says iAccess, it's ACS under the covers here. So we're just going to start that guy up. You're going to see that it's, you can see the little icon there, shows you that it's a Java application. And the very first step here says Client Solutions 118, which was available June of 2018. And we're going to go down, and all we need to do, unless you need to do these steps where you've got user profiles that are more than 8 characters long, we're just going to get down. What do we need to do? First thing we need to do is to go to the Tools menu and select Open Source Package Management. And that's going to launch the tool. So we go back, we go to Tools, and we don't see Open Source Package Management. What's the deal here? What's the problem? Well, let's jump over to Help. Let's check out About. We've got a version, because I've been on IBMi forever, we've got a version that's way back. It's 116 from October 2016. So the package, the open source package management piece, is missing. So we're just going to go ahead and stop what we're doing right now. I'm going to stop the recording. We're going to install the latest version of IBMi Access Client Solutions. and then we're going to resume. So hang on to your hats.